It's the way Singapore wakes up. Wake up, Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman.
Wake up in the morning feeling like
Kiss 92's Big Show.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to The Big Show. It is a Monday, and that's why we have on The Big Show TV, Natalie Dau, Rockstar Arms. Good morning, Nat.
Good morning, guys. How you all feeling a week in after your trip to Brisbane, Vegas?
Very good.
Very, very good. Finally recovered from all that running around.
It was a good workout, I have to say.
It was. We did get a lot of our steps in.
And working out is always good.
And Brisbane is such a lovely walking city. It reminds me of Singapore because you can walk a lot in Singapore and you can do the same in Brisbane. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's why Nat is so lucky to be from Brisbane.
That's right.
Very, very lucky. Well, good to get back to being healthy.
Yeah.
But Nat, sometimes it's not all about, what we do and whether we're walking around at all. It's sometimes gaining inspiration from the stuff that we're watching. So we haven't really got an update about what's happening in Singapore besides what you're doing next month. But what are we looking at in terms of health and fitness? Is there anything to look out for?
Yeah, well, something very special for Glenn. Obviously, this weekend is Live Golf.
Yes.
So a lot of buzz around that. The top 54 golfers, the 13 teams. Some amazing names coming to Singapore to play in that. And I think, whether you're a golf fan or not, it's worth a look. VIP sections, good things for the kids. DJs. I think it'll be quite a spectacle out at Sentosa.
Are you going down for it, Nat?
I'm going to try to go down on Friday, yeah.
Okay, we'll arrange to meet then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I think,
Okay, that sounds fantastic. But that would be specifically for golf lovers or star watchers. Is there anything else that might be happening this weekend?
well, another ball sport, obviously the HSBC Singapore Rugby Sevens are on again this weekend at the National Stadium. So top 12 teams around the world in that, women's and men's competing. And again, it's all about the party, not just the watching of the sport. So they have a beach club set up, food markets, live music. And obviously, a lot of people love getting dressed up when they go to watch the Rugby Sevens. So a good time for all to be had this weekend, whether you're at Sentosa or at the National Stadium.
I went down as Superman last year.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and we were speaking to Sydney last week, who is part of the Singapore Rugby Union, and I said, I'm going to be in Bali this weekend, and he tried to entice me because he said, we have a beach as well, and apparently they do, right?
They do.
So that's plenty
Maybe
going
not
on.
quite the same.
No,
But where is this beach going to be? Is it going to be like Streets Beach?
in Brisbane. I don't know actually what they're going to be doing at the stadium.
Yeah, I think it's a beach club, not so much a beach.
Yeah.
It's a beach club.
So it's an
they're
actual beach club somewhere else, but they're
They're
having
not bringing the sand in then.
Yeah.
They should
Yeah.
bring the beach club to the sports hub.
They should indeed, yes.
Anyway, let's work out with Natalie Dau right now on The Big Show TV. Up next, the Kid Leroy. This is Too Much on Kiss 92.
Okay, it's workout time.
All
need a
right,
mat.
guys, we are on the ground for the whole workout today. So we're going to keep it low. You just need a mat today, and we're going to do some kneeling get-ups, bear taps, dead bug, a sit-up, and then a toe touch or ankle tap. So 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. Whole body workout, but managing to do it without standing up. So getting ready to go. We're on our knees in 3, 2, 1. So we're just getting up, staying low, and then getting back down. So we're alternating legs as we do this. So really good one. If you don't like squats, this is a good one to do as a change up. You can really feel your glutes burning and obviously your thighs with this. So as I said, stay low, don't use your hands. We've got those in front of us just to balance us out a little bit. That's it. Stay strong. A few more reps to go. And done. Good work. All right. So we should be feeling it in those thighs. The next one we're going to do is a bear tap. So we're going to come into that bear position on the mat. We're going up on our toes in a minute. Back is nice and flat. And we're tapping. So knees are just off the ground. Legs are bent. Now, if this is too much, just hold it in bear position if you want, or just hold it in a normal plank and do the taps. But this one's just giving you that extra workout. We're trying not to go side to side too much. And remember, keep those knees as close to the ground as you can without actually touching. Good job. Feel it through the shoulders as well. 5 more seconds, so hang in there. Good job. Oh, this is hard so far. Okay, next, let's flip it over for a dead bug. So on our backs, legs bent, arms back, and we're going to do opposite leg and hand. So there we go. Good job. So really stretching it out. Stretching those arms back and those legs back. That's it. Feel that in the core, really engage your stomach when you're doing this. Good job. Stay here, keep moving, keep stretching, really push those legs out, don't touch the ground. All right, staying down, we're going to do a sit-up next, and the first round we're going to do a straight leg sit-up. So let's put our feet the whole way out. We're going to be reaching from behind. So just feel this nice stretch before we sit up. And up we go. Now, you don't need to touch your toes if you haven't got the flexibility like me. Just as long as you touch past your knees, all your knees is fine. But we're just maintaining good posture. Our feet are staying on the ground as we're coming up. If they're lifting up, pop them under a lounge chair, get someone to sit on them, whatever keeps them in control. But really feel it through that core. Good work. 3, 2, 1. All right, last one. We're going to do those heel taps or toe taps. So feet are a little bit further than hip width apart. Nice bent legs. We're going to be tapping side to side, getting ready to go. So we're working those oblique muscles. And there we go, tapping side to side. That's it. Again, you don't have to touch the top of your toes. You just want to get a nice rhythm going side to side. So a super simple exercise here, but one that we sometimes dismiss, but it's really working those obliques, as I said. So feel that up the side. A few more seconds. Stay there. 3, 2, 1. Good job, everyone. Ooh.
Good workout.
Wow.
Yeah, that's hard.
If we can do this every day,
Yes.
we'll be
That'd be-
having a six-pack.
And that's only like a 4-minute, 5-minute
Yeah,
workout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
5-minute workout, yeah.
5 minutes, yeah. And sometimes I don't feel like working out and I'm sitting down on my phone and then 5 minutes passes, then 10 minutes passes. I'm like, my goodness, I could have been doing something
Yeah.
at that time,
You
So
know,
get
they've
up.
just been
get up.
lying on the exercise mat and just kind of like, just doing the exercises that Nat just
Exactly.
did. And as your body warms up, right, you get in the mood to do more.
Yes, for sure.
That would be true. Yeah.
The
It's always
idea is
warming
to
up.
show up. Show up, or you're not going to see any results whatsoever.
And get out of your chair when you stand up and do like 5 air squats. That's super
Yeah.
simple to do.
Right.
Yes, for sure.
Right.
And then if you're still not warmed up, another 5 air squats. And then still not
going.
warmed up, another 5 air squats. 20 air squats, you'll be quite
You should
warmed
be
up.
warmed up,
yeah.
Yeah. First thing actually in the morning when you wake up, you should also do that. Air squats are great.
Yes, they are.
Just to
Yeah.
get the heart pumping a little bit. Not
Yeah.
too much, but it'll help you wake up. Okay,
We're going to traffic.
stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the SLE towards the CTE, right at the Lento Avenue entrance, look out for an accident situation. Also on the ECP towards the city, after the MCE-AYE exit, a vehicle has broken down there. Our number to let us know what's going on outside is 8855-0920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is Natalie Dau, Rockstar Arms. Nat, how's the whole preparation for your Project 1000?
Yeah, we're less than 4 weeks out now, so it's getting pretty scary. So getting there, the charity side is great. We're stopping in a lot of schools through Thailand, so that's all sorted. And now it's a big block of training this week for me, so really clocking up the Ks at the moment.
And you've also got a little something going on this weekend at Boomerang, right?
I have indeed. So anyone that wants to come, we're doing a charity auction to support Project 1000. So just check out my social media. All the details are there. And we've got some fabulous things that we're giving out and are going to auction. So some very generous people donating some things.
Nice.
Right.
If you're doing Project 1000 and someone wants to join you for part of the run, can they do that? How did they do that?
100%. So Global Running Day is on June 5th, and that's when I hit Singapore. I'll be starting in Woodlands and making my way down. The finish point is the Western Singapore in Asia Square, about 6 p.m. So what I'll be doing later this week is releasing a map of where I'm going to be on the 5th of June. And, we're hoping that we get 1,000 people at that finish line joining in for a big party at the end.
What about if people want to join you in Malaysia or in Thailand? Is that possible as well? Because I'm sure your audience is global, so I'm sure there are people that want to join you in those countries.
Yeah, I have someone flying over from the US to join me for the start in Thailand, and then a lot of people in Malaysia joining. So absolutely, I've got Thailand and Malaysia maps sorted now. So if anyone wants to reach out, they can, and I'll give them specific details and days of where we'll be. And of course, you'll be able to follow along day to day. So if you get inspired and want to drive up or cycle up and come and join me, you'll be more than welcome to.
Okay, fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Let's work out once again with Nat on The Big Show TV. Okay, up next, coming up, we have Shalini. What song do we have coming up, please? Yes, This Is Me by
Yes.
Kiala Settle and the group. Yes, it is 8:11.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you.
And the greatest showman.
Kiala,
they're
I used to end the group.
Because it's the GR what? At that point, I didn't know what else to say.
Like Kiala's at the
That's
one
funny,
the group.
though.
I mean, I'm not. I mean,
You're not
technically, I'm
wrong.
not wrong.
You're not wrong.
No, you're not.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
never
that
wrong,
is
Glenn.
Never wrong.
Yes, exactly.
We need a bigger screen where everything opens up. You know
Yes,
what I
I
mean?
think so. Longer
Yeah.
sideways screen.
Okay. Anyway, okay, let's go.
All right, guys, one more set to start your Monday, getting ready to go with those get-ups. All right, you know what you're doing now. 3, 2, 1, off we go. All right, and down. Good job. Good warm-up as well. If you're going to go for a run or do something afterwards, this is great. And it's low impact, which is even better. So no jumping or anything, but yet you're really working those legs. Feel those muscles popping. 10 seconds left, so let's keep going. Almost done. Last rep, come on. Good work. Okay, we have those bear taps now. So staying on our knees, getting ready to go. Working our shoulders and thinking about our alignment as we go into this. Hands underneath our shoulders, up on our toes. That's it. And tapping away. Just look slightly in front of you and that'll stop you going side to side so much. Good job. Remember, keep those knees low, that butt down. We don't want it up in the air like this. That's it, tapping those shoulders. We're more than halfway there. Good work. So you should be feeling this in your shoulders and also in your legs and your glutes. That's it. 3, 2, 1. All right. Now let's flip it over. We've got those dead bugs. A good one just to get our coordination back. Good one to do with your kids if you've got kids at home too. Alright, and then we go opposite hand, opposite leg. So the choice is yours. You can lie down or you can come up into a crunch position just for a little bit of extra work. Just to keep those muscles engaged. But totally up to you. Keep that neck nice and soft. Really stretching those legs out and just keeping them above the floor. We're not touching the floor at all. The same with our arms. All right. Couple more reps. Good job. Okay, great one. Now we've got the sit-ups. We're going to mix it up. This time we're going to do butterfly sit-ups. So we'll put our feet together, butterfly our legs out. Our arms will go above our head. Getting ready to go. 3, 2, 1. And coming up. So up. And this time you can touch your toes. And again, we are really focused on keeping those feet on the ground. As we come back, make sure your hands are touching the ground behind you so you're laying down fully and then bringing yourself up. Good work. That's it. Come on, a few more reps. Let's go a little bit faster if you can. One more rep, let's go, let's go. All right, now final exercise, we're doing those ankle taps. So laying down, feet a little bit further than hip width. We're getting ready to go, we're really going to feel it in our sides. 3, 2, 1, all right. Reaching side to side. That's it, so we've worked the abs at the front, all the way down, and now we're working them at the side. We've worked our shoulders, we've worked our thighs, we've worked our glutes, we've worked our hamstrings. So it's been a really good all-body workout this morning. That's it. Couple more seconds, be strong. Good job. Excellent.
Whoa, that was
Quite the workout.
quite a set.
Yeah.
Quite a full body workout.
Didn't do the first set, but tried the second set. All 3 of us did.
Yes.
But that's some workout.
Yes, it is. I'm sweating. I haven't got the aircon on. It's hot.
Okay. So
Question.
it's a good thing. Yeah, you
Yes.
brought that up.
Yeah.
So I like working out in air conditioning, right? But are there more benefits to working out with the aircon off?
You know, it's personal taste. You're obviously going to sweat sooner with the aircon off, and your heart rate might actually peak a little bit sooner because you're hotter. But you know what? It's personal preference. Obviously, if you're exercising without the aircon on inside, and then you go and exercise outside, you know, it's less of a transition. But if you're going from cold inside to hot outside, then it's a little bit of a shock to the body.
But the other thing about exercising without an air conditioner in a room is you've got to make sure the room is ventilated properly.
Of course.
Correct. Yeah, windows open. You don't want the sun streaming in. Yeah, because you absolutely don't want to be exercising in a sauna.
Yeah.
So it's a fine balance. Maybe a fan is a good way to go as an in-between.
Yeah, that's what I mean, you see. Because sometimes I work out in my patio, and then, I just feel like, it's way too hot. I've got fans on and everything, right? But it's just uncomfortable, and so I just walk over to the gym, the condo gym, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I was wondering, if it's more beneficial. But it's that level of discomfort that I feel,
that's the thing,
And I feel like I'm a real weirdo. You know why? Because I need to be in air conditioning everywhere I go, right? But when I play golf,
you're okay.
I have no issues whatsoever, and I'm playing in like 36, 37 degree heat.
And you
sometimes.
enjoy it. I think it's probably the company you keep.
It's also it's the company you keep, and you're talking, and
you're doing something you like. You know what I mean?
But still, it's like 4.5, 5 hours under the hot,
weird.
blazing sun.
Right. Yeah. You're used to it, I think. You've acclimatized to that. But in the gym, if you're too hot, you're going to cut your workout short. So pop the aircon on and go for longer if you can.
Yeah.
Okay. But is it a case of if you're not sweating enough, you're not burning as many calories?
You definitely burn more calories when you're sweating because your heart rate's up higher. But you might only be able to do 15 minutes as opposed to doing an hour in the gym and burning those calories. I don't think many people can put up with being in the gym for an hour and a half without aircon on, working at full capacity. So I think it's a balance of the two. Be cool, but not too cool.
Right, okay.
I like it.
There you go. Be cool, but not too cool. That applies to life as well.
Yes.
Too cool, everyone's going to hate you. Okay, here we go.
Kiss 92 traffic.
It's peak hour traffic everywhere you go, and adding to that, on the PIE towards the airport just before Jurong West Avenue 2, look out for a broken down vehicle. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is Natalie Dau.
Yeah, good morning, Natalie. Thanks so much for joining us. Any other things coming up besides the Sevens this weekend, Live Golf this weekend, your massive run next month?
There's a couple of things. I think everyone seems to be getting excited about High Rocks coming back. So a lot of people training for that, which is on the 29th of June. So for people that don't know, it's running and functional fitness. So 8 kilometres, 8 different workout stations. You can do singles, doubles, a team of 4. So it seems that it's attracting a lot of attention, and a lot of people are training for it. Gyms like BFT and Riot are the approved training gyms. So it seems like something that's appealing to a lot of people out there, which is great, getting people moving. The Paris Swimming World Championships are coming up, which is fantastic. And then I'm actually joining another run on the 18th of May, which is the Unlabelled Run, which is a great cause to remove prejudicial labels in society. So, if people want to do good and go for a 10 or a 5K run, then come and join that on the 18th of May.
I'll see you there, Nat. I'm hosting that one.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think Simon Boy said he was going to be doing that
Simon Boy
as
is
well.
going to be there as well.
Yeah, so quite a few people, yeah.
That's right. I want to host and I want to run a little bit as well.
You should.
Yeah.
You absolutely should.
I should be able
Don't
to
just
do
do
that.
all the talking. Walk the walk as well.
Yes, walk the talk.
Don't just talk the talk.
Walk the talk.
Yeah,
Yes.
walk the talk. There you go.
Run the talk.
There you go. Just do it all.
Before I let you go, since you mentioned BFT early on, I've got a friend who goes to BFT very regularly. His name is Irvin. Irvin, are you tuned in right now? Yeah, he's probably feeling rather low right now because his Spurs lost to Arsenal last night.
Oh, right.
Or rather this morning. Okay, but he's got like a busted left knee, but he can't seem to stay away from the gym. he goes to BFT quite a bit. I mean, he's done so well. He's lost quite a lot of weight and all that. But what advice would you give him? Because me and my friends were telling him, you got to lay off because I mean your knee is
Your
busted.
support, yeah.
And he says, sometimes he does like lunges with with what you call very light weights, and we're like, no, that can't be good at all. Irvin, are you listening?
No.
Yes, don't do it. You're going to cause long-term damage, and then you're going to be out for much longer. So, number one, go and see a physio and get some proper rehab exercises. And as much as they're not exciting, they can work wonders. So things like wall sits for him, where he's taking away any weight-bearing things, is great. Anything on the ground, there's a lot you can do that's not going to put pressure on your knee, and start strengthening things like hamstrings and glutes. But do not do lunges and squats and things like that are weighted. It's going to make it far worse.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Some great advice for you, my golf kaki. But we won't be able to play golf together, bro.
Exactly. Stay off the knee.
Yep. Thank you very much, Nat, for joining us once again today.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week. Bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Coming up next, our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times, Mr. Lee Nian Tjoe. It's 8:24.
The Big Show.
All right.
Just like that, he's here.
It's magic.
Magic. Da-da-da!
Lee Nian Tjoe is in the house. And what is this about?
Buses catching fire or something?
Yeah, I mean, buses that need to be submerged in tanks so that they don't catch fire and stuff.
Yeah, it is a pretty. I thought it was an interesting story because it's not so much about them already catching fire. It's really a precaution. And I think it's something that we need to think about, or at least you get a sense that the authorities are also thinking about it, because there's more and more.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case. And how to handle it in case it happens. So the science behind it is that, well, electric vehicles, like regular vehicles, can catch fire.
Yes.
But it's how we're going to treat it, how we're going to tackle it. So it's one thing to put out a fire, which is not easy. But the other thing that I learned in doing the story was that the problem or the risk is that the fire can come back, reignition. So after something's been burnt, almost to a crisp, and you thought, okay, we're done. Okay, let's move it away, right? That would be the natural thing. Well, the risk is that the battery packs can still carry a lot of heat.
Oh, wow.
Seriously?
Yes. So the science behind it, or at least the current thinking of how to tackle this problem with EVs, with cars, right, is that there are these things called isolator blankets. So basically, you're going to cover it.
Like a fire blanket.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the fire blanket is not just to keep it. The main purpose is, of course, to stop air from
to fuel
fueling
that,
it.
yeah.
So the other thing is you want to cool it. So I believe one of the SOPs, the standard procedures that have been established is that you actually have the firefighters who actually have a thermal gun to figure out, okay, now it's still pretty hot in there.
Okay.
So let's continue to douse it with water.
Like temperature gauge.
Yeah. So the interesting thing comes is that, okay, here we are, at least from as far as we know, electric cars, at least the procedures have been set, right? Our guys from SCDF, all that, I think they already figured it out. Like, this is the state of the art, this is how we should tackle it. But what about a bus?
Yeah,
Bus is
because the bus
quite bigger.
Yeah,
huge.
And the bus is big, the battery is like
Exactly. Yes,
Huge.
exponentially. Yeah. So I think the stats is, or rather the configuration of a bus can be up to 15 tons. So that's like 12 family cars.
So is it one
Oh
big
my
battery
God.
that they have, or is it a few batteries that they have?
Good point. So typically you have these batteries organized as like little cells at the cellular level, as it were, right? So the technology behind it, okay, before we go and run away from every EVs that you see, is that the technology, or in terms of the way it's designed, and of course the way it's managed from the software perspective, right? They're able to pick out, like, they know in a given slab of battery where the risks are. Okay, something is odd here.
Right.
So I've been told from the experts that this is what they will do. The software will say, okay, something is wrong at this sector, let's isolate it to stop feeding it from any more juice, any more electricity, any more power, so that it will be, the risk of any fire breaking out is already minimalized. It's not the equivalent of what we're familiar with the electric bicycles that were catching fire.
Yes.
Because those are much more rudimentary. The sort of tech is different. The sort of batteries are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen some of these, what do you call, electric bicycles or whatever, catching fire. It's scary, man.
Yeah, it's scary as hell,
It's almost like little explosions.
They are, and I mean, it's also you'll be able to find videos online of electric vehicles that catch fire.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
It can happen. It's quite
Yeah.
exciting if you're not involved.
If you're, oh my gosh, it can't be
The car
exciting.
goes up in smoke really fast.
Yes.
What?
Really
Yeah.
fast.
No, I wanted to ask you, like, there's so many EVs in Singapore now, and you said SCDF is trained, you know, the bus companies, they know what to do if a bus catches fire and all that. But what about consumers? What happens if your battery catches fire? What's the first sort of SOP?
Well, if you're in
You jump out of the car.
Yes.
Get the hell out of
Yeah,
there.
and don't attempt to put it out on your own, basically,
So,
right?
Yes. So generally, there are those advice where you say that, hey, let's carry a fire extinguisher in a car, right?
Extinguisher,
But I think the first things first is to get out of the vehicle. I know that sounds
Yeah, of
obvious.
course, yeah.
The approach, however, is also there is a certain level of knowledge that we need, even as an onlooker, right? If you want to be, the good Samaritan, go, oh, that's something is
Don't
is
just
amiss, right?
don't just film it, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. If you film it, then share it.
'Cause it
Okay,
seems-
wait, hold on. Coming back for
Okay,
traffic.
okay.
We'll carry on that one.
And I'll write your name.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards the airport, right after Thompson Road, if you're heading down that stretch, an accident vehicle or vehicles is taking up lanes 1 and 2. Once again, that's on the PIE towards the airport after Thompson Road. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Good morning and welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our second guest for this morning is the senior transport correspondent from The Straits Times, Nian Tjoe. And boy, does he have a rather interesting article.
Hot
out.
story.
It's a hot story. But as we've been talking about this, we've been
Literally.
talking about SCDF and the fire people using water to douse these electric vehicles, right?
Yes.
Why is it? And you also said that people say, okay, now I've got to carry a fire extinguisher in my car. Why has anyone explained why they don't use foam to fight these fires?
Wait, but because we were talking,
On the Big Show
TV early on.
As
What
background.
we're talking about is this article by Nian Tjoe. LTA seeks ideas to remove burnt electric buses from multi-story bus depots. Maybe give everyone an idea of how this story came about.
Right. So what happens is that the LTA, now public buses in Singapore are owned by the government, right? So operators that we're familiar with is SBS or SMRT and all that, they are just operators. So the assets, these buses are owned by the government, so are the depots where the buses are parked, where they are charged, where they are maintained, the workshop. So herein lies a challenge because two things. One, electric buses are coming, right? The commitment from the government is by 2030, half the fleet, the public bus fleet, will be electric.
Ooh.
Right, which is good. I mean, you think about it for us, like if you're standing at a bus stop, for example, you don't get this noise,
fumes and all that, yeah.
So these are all good developments. Now, alongside with this is there are new depots to support, as we have new towns coming up and all that. These new depots, because land scarcity and all that, you want to build it upwards.
Okay.
Right? Typically, a bus depot is just a single-story,
Flat,
big,
yeah.
real big stadium.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now they're building it upwards, so there's a risk of if something goes wrong, a mishap. And it's not just electric buses, regular buses. If there's an accident, they need to be able to take it out quickly or safely. The risk with electric vehicles, electric buses, is not that they catch fire easily, but if they do, there is a chance that they can catch fire again. As in,
Right.
after you douse it, you have put out the fire, you wait a while, and then the flame comes back. That's the challenge.
Like a charcoal that won't go out.
Yeah, it's a barbecue that's
Yeah.
gives
Burning
a different-
embers.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So on the point about why not using foam, why use water, and all that, the thinking of tackling an electric vehicle fire now is really about bringing down the temperature. Kind of like if you talk about the barbecue with charcoal, right? Then the thinking is you let it finish when it runs out of fuel to burn,
Yep.
it will naturally burn
Die out,
right?
yeah.
It'll die out. The risk with electric vehicle fires is that the batteries carry so much heat that the fire can come back up. So with water, the thinking is let's bring down the temperature. So coming back to that story that we reported this morning is that the idea is they want to carry this burnt bus, dunk it in essentially a swimming pool.
Wow.
But where would the swimming pool be?
Not
Within
in the
that.
multi-story building.
So they got to take it quite far
Yes.
away, and then they have to build a water catchment
Yeah, so-
sort of area.
Yeah, so that's the crazy part of this idea. I mean, yes, you need to. I mean, need to think about it. I don't know whether you have an actual answer. Jokingly, we're thinking you need like Iron Man to say this, lug this chart bus,
Yeah.
carry it down the
And then we'll
multi-story.
sacrifice a swimming pool in like Clementi, and then like put the bus in there or something like. Because they still have to think of things like that, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Like
so-
where are they going to take it?
And then remember, I said that we're in land scarce Singapore, where we want to build upwards because we need space.
Yeah.
So the challenge now is you save some space. Yes, you stack them up. You know, they're 3, 4, 5 story high. And then at the side of this, you have this wonderful swimming pool that everybody can use.
Why did they just have it in the same building, like in the basement or something like that?
So the
That's-
risk is fire spreading.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's a pool of water, you know, it's going to be doused, right?
Yes.
Like permanently doused. Yeah. Okay.
EVs are hot. The fires
Oh.
are hot. But I think I found it's about 2,700 degrees Celsius. Right? A
Wow.
combustion vehicle, right? A diesel burns at about 700 thereabouts.
Wow.
So you could get into a lot of trouble. You could melt concrete.
Yeah.
You definitely got to melt metal.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is a tough challenge. But again, I need, disclaimer is that
Yeah.
they don't catch fire so easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
obviously.
just.
I
in
have an
case.
idea, which
Yes.
will be, I think, the perfect solution.
Tell us.
Okay.
You know, get the, I mean, we have a number of civil defense or fire stations,
Yeah.
so to speak. You know, we have a unit there at every
Within the
bus
depot.
depot. So, you know, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like another station there. So
Yeah.
at least if anything happens,
Yeah.
you know, then, they can see to it.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a great idea
Sounds like a
because
good
I mean
idea.
the police, not the police, the fire station is
Yeah.
not just for the depot; it's for that area,
Area.
as well because
Exactly.
it's a central area.
Exactly.
and everything's within that hub, right?
Yeah.
The
So we
depot and-
house them within,
Yeah, I like the idea.
I mean,
Hopefully, the powers that be are
Precautionary
listening.
measures.
Actually, the depots themselves, they are like they work like perfect machines, right? Because you have the staff are trained, and also this whole thing. Remember, the news is thinking of how are we going to get a burnt vehicle. That means they've already put out the fire.
Okay.
So in each of these depots, they actually got extensive firefighting capabilities. Right? I mean, it's not just, here, Glenn, you're the fire marshal, right? They have the sprinkler system, they have the curtain system, they have all that. I don't think the question is, oh no, is there a fire? What do we do? Should I call my mother or call 995?
Right.
It's nothing like that.
Yeah, okay,
It's about
okay.
what happened after. After
it's
they've
a
tackled the
post-fire
yes,
thing,
because
yeah.
the fire can come back.
yeah. But I'm just thinking, should the fire spread?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it'd be
will
a great
they
idea to locate the fire engines there as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or at least close by, close enough.
I'm sure it
in
is within
case.
coverage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
alright.
they've thought of it.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Nian Tjoe on the Big Show TV. In the meantime, here's Sam Tompkins with Numb on Kiss 92. How come these days people have such weird surnames?
No, that's not that weird. Tompkins.
Tompkins.
Yeah.
Tompkins.
I don't know. It's
Right?
a
It's not
silent P. It's not
it's a
like
silent P.
Thompson.
It's not a
Tompkins.
silent
It's not
P.
Thompson.
It's Tompkins.
Thompson.
No, that's
It's
Thompson.
No, it's not.
Thompson.
Or Thompson.
It's
Thompson.
Thompson.
Yeah.
It's so weird that the TH is not TH
TH,
there, right?
yeah,
Thompson.
yeah.
Anyway, back
That's
to
a weird
EVs.
name.
Okay.
Yeah, back to Whitney, thanks. I
Yes,
have a
yes.
T in my name.
Yours okay. Yours is special.
You're just
Nian
special.
Tjoe.
Isn't that Indonesian?
Yes.
It is, right?
Yeah,
There's
it was.
some-
Yeah, it was lost in translation.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what is Chan? Tjan.
Yes, in Indonesia. Yeah, yeah.
And next you got Tajan.
And we is like OOEI or something like
Sorry,
that.
what is that?
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Tjan.
TJ.
Tajan.
Tajan, nice, and it's like Tajo.
General.
Tajo, hello Tajo.
Yes.
You like that?
I'm here.
Getting back to burning buses.
All right, yeah. Or burnt buses.
Burnt
Yeah.
bus is not burning. This
Burnt
is he
bus.
said this is
One
after the
love,
buses
one
have
love,
been
one
burnt.
love.
Yes, after the
Barbecue
BBQ.
love.
So
BBQ
but
love.
okay, if
BBQ.
this is a problem with burnt buses, is this a problem with burnt cars?
Exactly. The same risk exists.
Okay.
The same risk exists, but again, the same
On a much lower level
I
of
won't say it's-
temperature.
No, I
No,
think
I
the
think
in
the
terms of
same.
temperature is the same. It
I
will be
thought you said
similar.
700 versus
Yeah,
2007.
regular
700 is
cars.
combustion.
Combustion. So
Oh,
diesel,
combustion.
yeah, pun
Right,
intended,
okay.
Yeah. But the question here is, well, we're gonna have more electric vehicles on the road.
Yeah.
Many of our vehicles today are parked in multi-story
Oh my
arrangements,
goodness.
right?
It's true.
Nian Tjoe, you bring this up today. I tell you, it's like
That's why
now
I
all of
bring
a
it up.
sudden I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness,
I'm not parking in multi-story car
all
parks.
these scenarios.
But here I need to repeat again is that the tech that goes into designing and managing risks, right, in an electric vehicle is far more sophisticated than any of the PMDs, right? Your food delivery guys, what they're using,
Yeah.
and also more advanced and more evolved than our mobile phones. Remember,
Yeah.
not so long ago, there were phones that were like, oh, you can't take this on a plane.
Correct.
It
Yeah,
might
yeah.
blow up.
Blah.
Yeah.
And I think here is, as the rest of us, who whether you have an EV or not, right, it's not the same. It's not the same because the chemistry, the chemical makeup of the batteries are different,
Yeah.
and definitely the design is different, right?
Yeah.
EVs, I mean, from what I've learned so far doing this job, right, if they can do like they have 100% of performance, the way these things are engineered and designed, because the margin of safety need to be so significantly,
Yeah.
buffered. I don't know whether you get 80% of what the thing can do.
Right.
It's kind of like your big jumbo jets. You can switch off one engine and continue to fly. These EVs are built to the same kind of buffering.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
the risk of something going wrong,
Yeah,
the impact is much greater than, my phone's too hot.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about this, right? I don't know how many people know this, right? The EV battery compared to, let's say, your normal combustion engine, right? I mean, our batteries are like, these box batteries, and it's usually located in the bonnet area, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Inside, right? But for EVs, it's usually the floorboard,
Underneath
right?
you, yeah.
And it's a huge piece. It's almost the size of the floorboard of
Yes.
the car, which is why the last time, when we were working with BYD, they were constantly telling us about how safe their blade batteries are.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to come to a point where all the EV manufacturers are going to be selling the safety of their batteries to their potential buyers?
Let me think.
Because it's not something people think of, right? They just
Yeah.
look at the car. Okay, this is an EV.
They
okay,
wanna
the
know how
brand
far
or-
they
or-
go,
or
they
whatever.
wanna- yeah.
But not all batteries are equal.
Have you bought let me think, what kind of home appliance that we need that might be risky? Have you bought a cooker hub at home in your kitchen? Do you think about the glass blowing up?
The induction,
The induction-
not the fire, the
Yeah.
the
Have you
heater.
thought about the glass
No, never.
popping?
No.
No.
Right?
Never.
When you plug in your phone charger again, when you plug it to those
don't think about your
3-point plugs
phone.
as a USB, you go like, oh no, will I die when I put in?
Yeah.
So I think the safety becomes a prerequisite, is what I'm
Right.
saying. I've been to
It should come with it. You don't
yeah,
need to
it's like
question it.
you get into the EV and go like, okay, a car, and you go like, I wonder will it start today. Yes, it started. It's and I think that's where we are at in terms of where we will be when it comes to the safety of an EV with the batteries.
Yeah.
Like it or not, they're already here, right?
Right.
And like it, whether they like it or not, they can't stinge on these things because it's not just bad press. It's pure and simple that it will not be allowed to be sold here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the checks have to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The checks are pretty extensive.
No cutting corners.
Right, and then on top of that, I've seen presentation where they say, I think recently there was one of these Chinese brands that that was introduced in Singapore, and they had this video which is quite interesting. They showed a video of a battery pack getting shot at
Okay.
with a weapon, with a gun,
Okay.
just to prove that because on impact nothing goes wrong,
Right.
it doesn't blow up.
Just like the blade battery, they were
The
saying
blade
that they did the
The
nail
needle
test.
test.
Nail
Yeah.
test. Yeah. So his BYD's competitor went, I can shoot a gun at it.
Oh, wow.
And so on. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Play gun.
Yeah, but the point is that these EVs, because as you've mentioned that they sit at the floor, they're also exposed to rocks,
Yeah.
potholes, anything, right?
Or you go over a hump, let's say,
yes.
at
Scrapes it and it scrapes it or
at-
something, yeah.
at
Yeah.
high
So-
speeds.
And these are valid concerns, and that's why a lot of the development of EVs also go into protecting the bellies of these vehicles,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? And the buses are the same. Yeah, they need this sort of extra reinforcement, which doesn't help the concern with EVs, which is to drive further, right? Because
Yeah.
you're actually bearing a lot of weight.
Right.
Yeah.
But the weight is necessary, or at least the technology
For
to somehow
safety.
buffer yourself. Yeah.
Right. But do you think it's less risk for buses, let's say, if it's not electric?
When was the last time a combustion bus blew up?
When not blow up, they can catch fire.
They can catch
Can,
fire,
right,
yeah,
but
but you know
never,
what I
right,
mean.
Yeah, the percentages are really, really low. This is like
Okay.
that insurance against an insurance
Right.
of an insurance. Yeah, you know, it's really very, very minimal. But I think it's interesting that for two things, from my perspective, is one, that the authorities are thinking about it, and two is that actually whether you like it or not, we are interacting on near EVs as well. And
Yeah.
this becomes a real topic that people will be thinking about, and to be assured that, look, there are processes in place.
Okay.
Or if they weigh it up and go, we really don't have Iron Man and we don't have this big enough blanket to wrap up the thing, we got to calculate the risk.
There, FD is not going to take electric buses already, I can tell.
No,
from
I'm
the
fine.
look of it. Oh, okay.
I have faith in electric vehicles completely. Matthew Lee has come on to us. He's been listening to us, and he says, you technically don't need a pool.
Then?
You need a dousing station,
Yes.
like your car wash,
Okay.
which would be cheaper to set up than a pool.
This will be a damn big car
But
wash.
it's also a huge waste of water if you think about it, unless the water is being funneled back into itself.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
you
I
see,
mean?
when you douse a bus into a pool,
Yeah.
there is a lot of oil, there's a lot of grease in a bus. even though
Residue.
You're going to get that residue. So you got to change that water
Angel
before you
knows
douse
where
the
I'm
next
going
one.
next. But
Yeah.
here we are talking about saving people's lives. You're talking about saving water.
Of course. Well, that saving water
Please.
does save people's lives.
It's true. It's true.
By the way.
It's true.
Green warrior.
But I would think that the chance of
it's
actually
good.
needing, you're not like, oh right, let's not dirty the water this week. It isn't supposed to happen every
No, of course,
every
it's not
month,
in every other
year.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Hold on.
Correct. Okay.
Right.
Stand by.
What about trust? What about us? What about us? What about us? What about us?
What about us? Pink right here on Kiss. What about
What
us?
about us? One more sleep till a holiday.
Yes.
It's going to be the eve of a public holiday tomorrow already. I love this
Love
midweek
it. I
thing.
love it.
Very
I
nice.
love
I
it.
mean, yesterday was Sunday. Tomorrow's the eve of a public holiday. I love it.
You've got your Wednesday planned already, right?
No, that's
No.
the thing. That's why I love it.
See, that's the beauty, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, you wake up
come
on
Wednesday, everyone just wakes up a little later.
Later, do what you want,
yeah.
catch up with whatever you need to catch up with, and then come back to work. And then the next day is the eve of another of the weekend again. Isn't that wonderful?
Sometimes it's
love
best
this
not to
mid-
plan anything.
I was gonna I asked the guys this morning. Would you rather, with this whole talk of Nian Tjoe, with this whole talk of a 4-day work week, would you rather a day off in the middle of the week or a Friday or a Monday off? You want a long weekend or you want a break in the middle?
Then
Well,
Joe
my-
will say exactly what I said.
My weekends
hold
are
on.
quite tough because I have children to bring around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I need the Monday or the Friday.
Okay, so you need the long
I'm
weekend.
Old school, yes.
Okay,
well,
all right.
to have a weekend.
To have, oh right,
Yeah.
okay.
Friday
Okay.
shook, not Friday.
But you know
Yes.
what? Once they give you that third day, it's going to fill up as well.
Exactly.
You know, right?
Very interesting. On our Facebook page, we were talking about electric buses, right? Joel Tan was watching YouTube,
Okay.
and he found a video from Japan where they have hydrogen refueling stations because some of their cars run on hydrogen. And one of these stations went up in smoke.
Oh.
And all that was left was a crater in the ground.
Ooh.
And all the emergency vehicles to douse the fire were driving around this hole, spraying.
Oh,
It was a crater.
wow.
Okay. I was scared
Unbelievable.
earlier. Now it's like, I'm even
Unbelievable.
more
Now it's when
afraid.
people walk past like,
No, but I
like
think-
e-buses and e-vehicles, they're going to take a wide
Yeah,
berth,
man.
you know?
I think this is
No,
a
no,
lot
no,
of
no,
this
no, no, no.
is the what if. Come on, Singapore is not going to allow dangerous vehicles on our roads.
The regulation, the requirements are so high, the bar is so high that the risk is really, well, I wouldn't say non-existent, it exists.
You've scared everybody.
But it isn't.
No lah.
It's
No.
not. It really isn't that bad. It isn't that bad if you think about it. There's so many things that can go wrong with the combustion vehicles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oftentimes
Of
not because of
course.
fuel catching fire.
Yeah.
Because of the vehicles are old, the short circuit something.
Yeah.
You know, you put a new hi-fi system and then
Yeah.
it blows up when you leave it parked at home.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
sorry, blow up is a bit exaggeration, but it gets a bit warm.
Yeah.
Then it gets a bit toasty and then it catches fire. So the risks are always there.
Yeah,
But the
of
thing is that I think we have this chance where, look, we are kind of on the dawn of a new thing.
Yeah.
Right? More EVs on the road.
And
whether
we're
it's
thinking
by-
5 steps ahead.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
this should be like, this is good. Thank you for thinking about it. Now let's work at it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. And we don't
Okay.
have hydrogen stations. just
No,
yet.
not
Yeah,
yet.
okay.
Not
It's,
yet. Yeah.
it's all the what ifs.
That's
This is
Joel.
Yeah.
Things
Joel.
are- well, I'm going to go find this video
So it's
on
like,
YouTube.
I
I'm
don't go
telling
watch
you.
all these videos and all that
Yeah,
of,
why
of
scare
EVs
yourself?
catching
Yeah.
fire and all that. No.
Yeah,
no
they don't,
thanks.
not so easy.
No.
Not so easy.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you, Nian Tjoe.
Thank you, Nian Tjoe, for joining us
To Joe.
as always.
To
To
Joe.
Joe.
With the T, thank you.
To Joe.
To Joe.
Lee Nian Tjoe, our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times. Thanks, Nian Tjoe. Body Rockers, they're next. I Like the Way on Kiss 92.